Greetings duelists and welcome to another video. So what I'm showcasing you here today is a White Forest combo video or a combo deck list, but it's not typical White Forest. If you are interested in more things like involving White Forest and other hybrids, feel free to let me know. But today I kind of wanted to showcase you something that I had in the back of my mind for like the past week, but I never put it into practice until the making of this video. And the results ended up a little bit better than I thought, so I thought it was a good idea to just showcase you here in this channel. As you can see from this hand, this is like one of your typical like whitewood card like hands. I think the toy engine is like perfect in this deck. I don't think you're going to like play something that doesn't have enough synergy like this. That being said, let's begin. I'm going to showcase you like a combo here. As you can see here, we're sending toy soldiers for the reset. The reset is going to, in resolution, add Arcia. The toy soldier is going to add itself to the hand. It's going to grab the toy box. We're going to special the Arcia. We're going to send the woes. And one card that we drew out of the Arcia is the emergency teleport. Please take note, we have not normal summoned yet, and we have 3 free bodies on the board. This is like how powerful White Forest can be if you draw like the toy engine. But let's continue. So you're seeing this emergency teleport right here, and you're probably thinking, what are we going to do with it? Obviously, if you're clicked on this video and you saw the title, you already know what we're going to summon. But take note, I am freestyling, so there are going to be like some takebacks here. But with the teleport, we're going to summon the Z-Omen, and the Z-Omen is going to add us Foxy-Tune. So the P.U.N.K engine is really good in this deck because Foxy-Tune can actually trigger woes and can trigger the other white, all the whitewood spell and traps because you are sending them for a monster effect. Actually, no. Scratch that. It is a cost, so it is not a cost to send, so you cannot do that. However, what does make the P.U.N.K engine really work in this deck is the synergy between of Jam Dragon Drive and the Jam Field Spell. I'll explain more about P.U.N.Ks here when we get to the deck building portion. But right now, we're just going to Synchro Summon into Hyper Librarian, and Hyper Librarian is really powerful in the Whitewood strategy. You will notice in this video that I am going to Synchro Summon at least 3 times. And that's going to be really good in a deck that can play Hyper Librarian because the Whitewood monsters can loop Synchro Summons by just returning back their synchros. That's why I summoned Diabell and not something like Cypher Lord or Mega. Yeah, like at this point. So we drew into this. We're going to now put back the synchro for Arcia, and then the toy box is going to put back the toy soldier. We are only playing one toy soldier in this build, so that's why we opted to do the synchro summon first and then the toy box. You can actually just play more copies of toy soldier. If you are going to play a more competitive or more optimized like build of White Forest, you should be maxing out on this card. But yeah, let's keep proceeding. We're going to do the toy box, we're going to see setting 2, we're going to normal Asteria, we're going to summon the Sylvie is going to add, the toy tank is going to resummon, we're going to summon Diabell again, we're going to recycle back the Diabell, we're going to add with Arcia, draw again with Librarian, and as you keep noticing, the Librarian is just going to keep drawing us more and more cards. We grind back the teleport because this got properly summoned. The Asteria got summoned from the graveyard because we sent for the effect of Arcia. And this is one of the cards that synergizes well with this archetype. P.U.N.K Jam Extreme Session gives you extra draws whenever you pay for your P.U.N.K effect, and then you just banish to just summon. But after that, the Jam Session doesn't do anything anymore. So this is just free fodder for your White Forest cards. And take note, Jam Session's effect to special summon from the hand is not a hard once per turn. So if you end up drawing multiple jam sessions, you can just keep activating more and more of them and just keep looping them around more and more. We're doing Deer Nose effect, we're summoning Silhouette Rabbit, and I want to talk about Silhouette Rabbit here in a moment. I really think people should experiment with this card a lot more. I think a lot of people are just tunnel visioned on how strong Fiendsmith is as an engine, and like they're not taking Top Hat or Silhouette Rabbit into consideration when it comes to deck building. I think I will make another video dedicated to Silhouette Rabbit, but Silhouette Rabbit is really powerful in like any combo deck. The card that we're playing with Silhouette Rabbit at the moment is Silhouette. I don't think Azurune is needed in this build. Again, we'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, we'll just keep going. And this is our end board. Take note, we could just activate Teleport. We can just Synchro Summon into Amazing Dragon. We get another draw Librarian, and then the Amazing Dragon can reborn back the Shirakusai. And you can use the Shirakusai and your opponent's turn to just interrupt them with another Amazing Dragon. We do have multiple Amazing Dragons in this build, or maybe we don't. We'll showcase you the deck list as we go along. But this is just to show you just how powerful like Hyper Librarian is, and like all the stuff that you can do with it. Another really cool thing that you can do is you can teleport into Shirakusai in your opponent's turn, summon Jam Dragon Drive, and then just have the extra draw from the Jam session, the extra add from the Jam Dragon Drive. The Jam Dragon Drive can add you Ghost Ogre. As you can see, we have multiple hand traps in our hand as part of our end board. That is another really cool thing that this deck can do. So now that I showcased this replay, let's showcase you another one. So in this hand we have no White Forest cards. We only have P.U.N.K cards. But the thing I want to do here is just show you the sequence that you should be doing whenever you're playing a combo deck like this, because you are weak to some hand traps. And Droll and Lockbird is going to be very highly played this format, meaning that it should be a card that you keep at the back of your mind. I have been a little bit reluctant on my sequence of plays, but I do think Wagon is like one of the best summons here. The reason Wagon and is better than Xiamen here is because you already have Foxy Tune to summon the Xiamen. Adding to that, the Wagon will guarantee you a +1 even if it gets negated, unless it's Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. And if they Ash Blossom their Wagon, that's perfect because it means that they are not Ash Blossoming the Foxy Tune. So we're going to our next play. We're going to add the Extreme Jam session. This choke point does end up being pivoted into Droll and Lockbird. However, we do have the triple tactic talents and we still have the Foxy Tune into rotation. So something that we can do here is if we get drolled, we can just triple talents, look at the hand, depending on what they have, we can use Foxy Tune, push Shirakusai, summon the Deer Note, make the Jam to dump another one to the graveyard, and use the Deer Note to bring back Shirakusai. And that's already an interruption for your opponent's turn guaranteed. And you still have Ghost Ogre as another interruption, and you have Jam Session to just net you more draws on the following turn, after you just snipe the hand of the opponent. In the elf chest, we do not get drolled. This happens. We're just going to get more draws. We're going to get a second draw, and we drew into Arcia. Arcia is perfect here because this now gets you the White Forest rotation, especially since we drew the Toy Soldier. If you did not draw the Toy Soldier, what you will do here is use the Jam Session that has already been used to send for Arcia. And this is why I like the P.U.N.K engine a lot. Another thing that you can do is Synchro Summon with the Jam Dragon and Arcia into Centurion Legatia. You can also bridge into Centurion with this engine as well if you can find a proper space in deck space for it as well. But we'll keep going. we're summoning the Silhouette Rabbit. We're going to be sending. We normal summon the Arcia because we did not normal summon during this entire thing. We're sending the Toy Soldier. The Toy Soldier gets summoned. We grab out the Toy Box. We activate the Ogre Dance. Or we grab back the Ogre Dance. Again, we're freestyling here. So we have two options here. And I'm showing you both the Legatia option as well as the other option that we did earlier. Legatia drew us into reset, but in the options you did not draw reset, then this is perfectly fine. What you end up doing is like linking away the Legatia into SP Little Knight. You can also play IP Masquerena here. The Silhouette Rabbit cannot be link summoned the turn it is summoned. You can link it away on your opponent's turn, and that is just guaranteed SP Little Knight interruption. So that is one part of the Ember that we can do here. I like ending on Little Knight because if your opponent decides to Nibiru after other plays, the plays that we do with reset, you can just like protect your monsters afterwards. We use the Toy Box, we use reset effect. Every sending the Toy Tank, we add the Sylvie. The Toy Tank is going to trigger. We're going to use Toy Tank's effect to spark summon Sylvie from hand. Sylvie is going to summon Woes. We're going to do Arcia to Woes. We're going to Woes set back. And this is pretty much our end board. But that's just showing you like how flexible the end boards can be with this deck. So here's the deck list. So what we have here is we play more copies of Reset than Asteria, and the reason for that is because Reset is a special summon, and Reset can add you the Arcia, which is another extender, which means you can go through half of your White Forest lineup without normal summoning. And that is a very big deal because if we end up normal summoning Xiamen or normal summoning Asteria and then extending to Xiamen with teleport or extending to other pump plays, then you are like maximizing on your resources. This is like not a concrete deck list. This is not set in stone. So feel free to just like change stuff in between rounds. If you saw like my old White Forest video, then you already know that you can play a lot of different things in this deck. You can play Floodgates. One card that really works in here is the Rainbow Bridge. Since we are playing 3 copies of Jam Session, you can play Chicken Game as well, just to net you even more draws. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to show you this concept. I really like Punks like as an archetype. I really think Punks is really strong with other combo decks, and White Forest is just one that naturally fits with it. Here at the extra deck, one really cool thing that I really like about this extra deck is like any deck that can summon Psychic and Punisher, like when you're going second, I think should really be respected. This card can just end boards or end games by itself. There is one other engine in this game that comes out in Infinite Forbidden that really makes the Punk engine work, especially because of Psychic and Punisher. I will work on that on another video. You probably already know what I'm talking about at this point, if you are very, very well versed into Infinite Forbidden. Silhouette Hat, again, is just a really strong card. It just, like, it helps you not lose to, like, board breakers, like for example Droplets or Dark Ruler No More. This also is really ideal against like the Tempai Dragon deck. You can just like negate their field spell, which is just like one example. But yeah, I hope you found this video to your liking, understanding. More videos coming soon. Keep practicing and keep doing.